team pick.
Silent of fall! Liquid doing it! They're gonna take! He's gonna bring down Burning! Alone with a double kill! Dropping fast! Monovoid's there! He's still alive! Wait, oh, second slide! He's got one side! He's got a second! He's taking it! They're all died on three! They're all dead!
DK's turn to pick.
Elder Titan.
DK's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. DK's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban.
That whole time. Hi guys, just testing your ears, making sure you're awake.
Punch LD.
Hey, you're right here, buddy. You could have looked at the soundboard as well.
10 seconds
job.
remaining.
All right.
Not in the job
my bad,
description,
guys.
LD.
You missed our scintillating pregame. It was actually really good, but we made a lot of important points. We will not be repeating them. So just you'll have to be good lip readers.
DK's turn
Yeah.
to pick.
Yeah.
The deaf viewers out there got a treat, which the rest of you viewers did not. At least the deaf viewers who can lip read. All right. Well, the muted
Nobody's
boys
even
are back
picked Silencer yet, but they might as well have. Global Silence by Roland was used.
Newbee gonna stick to what's worked for them. They get the Batrider again and the Razor. Third, fourth pick for Newbee is where you see the Razor picks, the Ember Spirits, the Voids, the Vipers, and the problem is you can't really ban them all. They're not first ban heroes. You have to ban like the Doom. The Enchantress has been DK's go-to ban as well, and you get to that second ban stage, like it's really tricky to know what to ban because Ember Spirit's still there if Newbee want that as well. Although I feel like they're going to be happy at least just with the Razor for now.
Yeah, Ember is also something DK may consider taking. Elder Titan Ember, very popular combo, and it sets up nicely for the Mirana. We talked about this being a possibility, and I think it was game number 1 as something maybe the teams would go for. But yeah, DK banning similar heroes. I do like that they went back to banning Doom. I don't think that's something you should be giving to Newbee ever. I'd even say you give Badaway over Doom. I just think the Doom is... Because he gives you maybe not quite as good pickoff, but still close, and then he gives you like an automatically game over level of team fight if the game goes late enough.
And it's really interesting. DK picked first pick Mirana over the Batrider. Like, I mean, you talk about giving give Batrider over Doom. I agree with, but they could have banned Doom and picked Bat and been a-okay with all of it. But I guess that's not the case, and they're happy to go with this Mirana, going for the Elder Titan again for size. Part of that is they probably don't feel Batrider's as strong on the Radiant side, which I mean, Batrider's one of the few offlaners which I feel is maybe better on Dire than Radiant, at least as far as the way Ice plays him, where he can test the pulls a lot. He's really annoying, and that was where Zhao Wei on Batrider in one of the previous games where he got those 2 early kills was also on the Dire side. So
yeah, the one thing is the Radiant jungle's nicer for Bat though. So especially having that big camp and medium camp, very safely tucked away and easy to stack both. So we'll see. Shadow Shaman now for DK. Something Newbee have been picking for themselves, and I think the main thing here is the Lion got banned. So they couldn't get their hands on Lion, and the plan B for DK is to get a Shadow Shaman. This does mean a farming Mirana, unless they want to run a Shadow Shaman mid, but I've not seen a good one in a very long time. Every time I see Shadow Shaman go mid, he just gets destroyed.
Yeah, burning Mirana. They'll be putting Mushi mid probably on like a good semi carry at least, where they go back to Queen of Pain or the OD for the first time was not banned, but it hasn't been picked up, and you gotta imagine Newbee are going to be banning the OD here.
They also do have Razor, who doesn't necessarily beat OD, but at least will break even.
Yeah.
In most matchups, so.
No, it's a decent matchup for Razor, but I think DK
normally when DK pick OD, it's like the enemy's gotten like a Panda or DK mid, and Mushi just crushes the lane.
See if Newbee ban it, or if they're going to be happy to send Razor mid against it. I guess that's where Newbee, if the OD is... Who's got last pick? They actually pick up 5th, so they're going to ban the Ember Spirit instead. So I guess they're okay to verse OD, but they're probably planning sending Razor mid right now.
They do also have a lot of lockdown for OD. They have Bat and Enigma, and Shadow Demon, who can initiate with like a Blink disruption at some stage of the game, so... DK will ban TA out. And Newbee go Lifestealer.
Oh, back to some more like 6-7-9. Batrider Lifestealer combo.
I think he does really well against these supports. Shadow Shaman and Earthshaker are food for Lifestealer.
Yeah, Earthshaker especially. Lifestealer just eats this guy up whenever he finds him, so... Also, I guess maybe a hero they slightly decides pretty good against Elder Titan. He's a natural Assault Crest buyer. We talked about how Assault Crest is kind of needed to deal with natural order, and there's no additional minus armor. There's no... Shadow Fiend aura on top of this. Although DK, I mean, we talk about Mushini and carry here. Shadow Fiend still in the pool, and this looks like a good Shadow Fiend game to me as well.
Yeah.
There is a lot of, I mean, whatever hero you pick, you want Mushi to have a semi carry. Like whatever you pick is going to be potentially ganked by like Batrider, Enigma.
I like the Shadow Fiend a little better than the Lifestealer. You have the Requiem damage reduction, and he's just generally a faster farmer than OD. You can get the Midas on both.
Yeah.
Mushi probably we haven't seen him go Midas very often on Shadow Fiend, but the other thing is Shadow Fiend can get the fast mech, which we generally won't see on OD players. If you go fast mech on OD, then your mid game farm really suffers, and when they run this offlane Elder Titan normally doesn't get the farm. But Newbee, well, like they've been pitched a curveball here. The Death Prophet has been chosen by DK, and Death Prophet pretty annoying for Lifestealer and Razor. It's a tanky hero that will really punish them for getting close, and both Razor and Lifestealer want to be close in the team fight.
I feel like this is a hero like DK just never picked, which is kind of cool. Like first we saw him run a Burning Invoker, here they are with a Death Prophet, so...
Well, they did something we've never seen last game, and it didn't work with the Burning Invoker, so let's see if the curveball is effective.
Mushi Death Prophet, this is like also like a very rare sighting. I mean, not just DK, but like Mushi in general. Like he played a bazillion different heroes back at TI and whatnot on the carry role, but Death Prophet, not a hero he's ever been known for. So we'll see how it works out. DK seemed to have maybe a prepared strategy with this in mind. I mean, I thought that was definitely the case in game 3. They had a prepared strat, it just didn't happen to work out too well.
The one thing is, Death Prophet has incredibly high theoretical damage output if you're close to her and the ghosts are all pounding on you, and you have the Elder Titan as well to factor in. So everybody's sitting on 0 armor if they don't have any bonus, and like you said, Newbee, I think the early mech, Assault Cuirass, maybe even a Vlad's thrown in the mix will be well in order, because it's a lot of physical damage coming their way in the mid game.
Yeah. I guess, the synergy with the Astral Spirit Death Prophet's pretty nice. If you're running in with the ghosts, and it's more just staying alive's going to be tricky, so...
Well, DK are going to smoke, and they want to punish this Enigma pick, so they're going to go into the enemy jungle, drop a bunch of wards right away, and try and slow him down. Meanwhile, Newbee will do something similar. Although I think warding off the jungle versus DK is not as important or effective.
All right, well.
Still, you want to delay the Shadow Shaman level progression.
Yeah.
And they will block the poke camp.
Well, just try and give your Batrider a slightly better time in the off lane. And
this is a very annoying ward.
Oh, yeah.
They do have the Enigma, but he's already... I mean, you're not going to skill your Midnight Pulse level 1.
I haven't seen that spot before. Normally it's on, like, the cliff, but yeah, this spot's a different one, which is...
Yeah, you can also eat the tree and, put the ward up here. But
very hard to find spots. And dewarding this big camp is already like such a hard thing to do. Like, you can cover all the spots with 2 sentries, but you need high ground vision on the cliff. You need somehow vision over where you just put this one. Like,
they actually have the perfect hero to deal with it in Bat, but the problem is he going to be there to start? With the boots first, he is heading bottom, so they're switching things up. It looks like they were trying to send Hal bottom at first. I wonder why. But in the end, they will rotate Shao 8 there.
Yeah, I wonder
Are they trying to dodge something?
what were they were maybe thinking there's an offensive trial in like Earthshaker, Mirana, Shadow Shao. I don't know.
Kind of
I
a
doubt
weak
they
trial.
would.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Some last minute change of heart, I guess. Banana going to make its way into jungle. Does have 2 sentries available for the dewarding, but dewarding this camp just such. I mean, dewarding both these camps. The other sentry ward's also stuck in some trees, so good luck, Banana. He's probably going to give it a shot, but I don't think he's going to have much luck here. Does he waste both sentries? Is going to be the big question.
No, he's poking around. Drops the sentry.
It's in range.
But let's see if he gets vision.
I think you can this cliff scout it out? No, it's
Yeah.
this is rough.
They have used this. They have used that spot before. I was about to say. So
Done.
it's a tricky spot, but if you know DK like to use it, it's not that hard to deward. Now the issue is he's dewarded after 1 minute, so he still missed 2 spawns here. Yeah. But nonetheless, he gets his
All right,
deward.
let's see. Can he get the second deward? He also hasn't spawned.
He still hasn't actually started farming in the jungle, and it's already a minute in. So
Hey, he had a centaur camp too, so this is actually a good, decent camp to get.
Yeah.
To start things off.
Micro that idol on. Nicely done.
Happy camper.
Yeah, he's off to a very good start.
As for bottom lane, Batrider's almost got his level 2. Shadow Shaman's there with Shackles level 1 actually, so maybe looking for an arrow setup. Normally you go for the Isha Shock for the harass, and he gets the Shackles. Arrow can follow, burning.
Wait, almost waited too long. Just hit Shao 8 in the nick of time. Can they chase him down here? They do have a leap available. They'll leap forward, and Shao 8 gives up the first blood. Really nice start for DK.
Yeah.
It was
Not normal to see the Shadow Shaman go for that Shackles level 1, which is where Batrider gets partially caught by surprise, and good stuff from DK to get the first.
I think this goes back to the game where Shao 8 was just crushing the offlane, and this is just a much scarier duo to punish the offlane bat. Last time they had... Who was it again? It was just... I forget the heroes, but it wasn't as good.
They had a Lion. That was the Lion Mirana game. Zhao Wei cops an arrow, another Shackles arrow, and this is going to be a second kill onto the newbie offlaner. Zhao Wei, please. Please, Zhao Wei.
Well, I can't go jungle. Enigma's using that, so gotta tough it out.
Yeah, he's just got to keep going back. This is where the lane warders helped out and worked wonders. We saw teams kind of stray away from using lane wards and prefer to just have their one ward in the off lane somewhere blocking the pull, and then like a second ward on the rune. But I think having the lane ward in the off lane with this kind of a lane is fantastic. This is one of those lanes where you want to have a lane ward to punish the Batrider. He's got to keep on coming in, but the other thing Batrider likes to do to catch up is contest the pulls, but there is no pull. Shadow Shaman says, I don't need a pull. We're getting kills. We're zoning you out. If he goes for pulls, Zhao comes in and takes XP, takes some last hits, so pulling is almost a bad thing right now. Not to say they can because it is blocked off, but MMY doesn't even buy sentries to deward it.
It's just chilling bottom, and Shao 8 is doing the best he can, which is just to farm the enemy jungle. I actually like this move a lot. He knows it's not really very safe bottom. Shadow Shaman has his boots, so he can actually catch up and set up the shackles, and this is probably the safest place on the map, and it's also not his own jungle, which unfortunately is very occupied by Banana currently.
Yeah. If he scouts at the big camp, there's actually a triple stack there as well, which the Earthshaker's left, so Earthshaker's been kind of stacking time and time again, which Batrider has not caught on to yet, but Zhao Wei could be a very happy Batrider. He would have to use probably quite a few napalms with just the level 1 Firefly to kill it off, but it is possible.
Yeah, let's see if he goes for it. He's almost level 3, which I think ideally he wants to farm this camp one more time before going for that. That's 210 mana. Meanwhile, MMY stacking the jungle. And this is... Oh, now he runs into Shao 8, but there's no Mirana here this time around, so Shao 8 could get a little bit more aggressive on MMY. Maybe doesn't get his full revenge.
He's got to back off, so just level 2 on the Batrider. Top lane, they've gone in. Ice being dived here. Hal's gone for the fast phase boots, and this should be a kill by the Fissure. No mana.
Oh, now the damage being stolen by onto Lanham, and Moo starts the chase. They've got open wounds cooling down. Fissure, no mana for it. Not gonna get it off in the nick of in enough time, and down will go once again.
What's his Fissure? His Fissure, like, didn't have the mana. I was wondering what he's been using it for. I don't think he was using it to stack or anything. Maybe just mid lane he was casually throwing it around to protect Mushi. But yeah, not having Fissure up was a bit weird.
He was using it earlier to block the wave so that it would pull the creeps back. I'm not
at
sure
mid or at top?
At top.
Okay.
I'm not sure how many times he did it, but he did it at least a few times.
Yeah, because he's not really been seen too much in these lanes, and not having a Fissure there was costly. But bottom lane, DK going to get a fast T1 tower. The fast ring of Aquila. Zhao Wei's just happy to leech experience. He's not even asking for TPs. He's so far behind that he can't even... He doesn't want to risk going in for a Firefly, and He's just hoping this lane can push out so he can get some farm as well. It's level 4 though, so he can actually jungle pretty decently with this.
Yeah, Enigma also is getting to that point where he'll be looking for his first smoke rotation soon and probably go for a pickoff. Could go for Ice 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 top lane. Death Prophet mid is possible. The main question is where Lanham's going to be because he's been rotating between both lanes as Ice 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 gets caught out. Moo is stealing his damage right now. He's on top of him, and that's plus 87, plus 98, plus 112, and that's enough for the kill. Ice 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 will go down. Didn't really need too much backup there for that one.
Elsewhere, Mushi is going to farm up that triple neutral stack. Has his bottle coming out. Phase boots up nice and early. That gets Lamb up to almost level 3 with this. But nothing crazy there. Like he kind of had to... He left the mid lane also because he just didn't feel safe. So it's one of those nice things to have the neutral stacks because whenever you feel you're getting ganked, you can just fall back and farm and you don't really fall behind at all. But DK, they still have their work cut out for them here, giving up a few kills up top. Enigma's been mostly free farming the jungle, so even though bottom lane went disastrously for the Batrider, Zhao 8 still got 650 gold. He could still be looking at an okay Blink Dagger timing despite the 2 early deaths.
Well, Zhao 8, he's finally getting those levels, but there's Burning waiting with an arrow in position. He's in the trees, he's off in the fog, and Zhao 8, will Burning go for this one? He's thinking about it. That's a bit too far.
Yeah.
Not going to go for that.
It was maybe hoping he pushed forward and they can start with the shackles. But
And Zhao 8 says, it's time for me to go jungle, boys, so stack this one for me, Banana, and you go gank. I need some space. This is not working.
Banana not quite level 6, but yeah, he should probably be stacking there. There's enough other camps for him to farm. Like, he can farm further over on the left of the jungle, the pool camp, the big camp.
And they've already taken the tower bottom, so realistically, DK's not taking the tier 2 without Death Prophet.
Yeah.
And thus, there's not much point to bat beam bottom unless he's getting experience. Meanwhile, they're stacking for DK even more as they've now gotten a triple, actually a quad stack off, and Zhao 8 will rotate to the jungle and time to catch up and get that blink. Too bad he's got some mud golems this game.
And these stacks, it's mostly for Mushi. Like he's the one who's kind of farms them up. Elder Titan and Mirana do have some AoE capabilities, but not the best for farming stacks. So this is going to be a very farm Death Prophet. Like right now, Death Prophet in some ways is, I mean, as much as a carry as Burning is on the Mirana, who picks up a Midas, by the way. But
it could be a much more farmed Shadow Fiend is the thing, though. Like, you look at the draft, if the playstyle is like this,
yeah.
Shadow Fiend offers you a much quicker farm rate.
They're going to start grouping up and start pushing down towers, I think, soon. It's like Ice 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 will have some, like a fast level 7 around that time. Burning did go from Midas, which normally suggests late game, but it also just gives him super power leveling right now, which is also useful for the early fight. So he can go back for like a phase drums kind of build if he wants to.
Yeah, as Mushi makes his way towards the top rune, it will be a DD.
Oh, they got
move.
shackles. This is dead Zhao 8 at bottom lane. Arrow beats it up.
Arrow's going to follow up. Burning with the level 4 Starfall will connect and just manages to find the kill. Set up, didn't even need the fissure, but I believe had it as follow-up if necessary.
Yeah, he walked in for the 8-minute rune, didn't even spawn bottom. And yeah, gets caught out by the Shadow Shaman.
Meanwhile, Courier coming in, it'll be delivering just some Tranquil Boots for Songchunk. Nothing too exciting there. And we haven't really seen the Enigma move at all. He's just been farming. 8.5 minutes in. Normally your first Enigma smoke gank has been attempted by now.
Yeah, Newbee are ahead by 2k XP thanks to the jungle Enigma, but I think DK are pretty happy with this early game start. Both their supports pretty much have Arcane Boots right now. Mushi's farming away, Burning's farming away, and Ice 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 in the offlane's getting enough out of this lane. So
speaking of that smoke gank, here we go.
Ice Ice Ice, very close to revealing it there, but Sancheng now sees him, and he'll get the disruption.
Oh, he knew it was coming. That was such nice play by Ice Ice Ice.
Even with the Tranquil Boots, could not
hugging that little crevice right there.
Alright, so tier 1 tower looks like it's done for, which is fine. That's a kind of standard what you'd expect, but before the 10-minute mark for your tower to go down, and Ice 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 will just wait for it to get to his tier 2. And if they go for the tier 2 tower, that's where TPs will probably come from DK.
Well, we'll have to see where Newbee go from here. They take that tower. That's kind of a gimme when you're running the Enigma jungle, and I think the main thing is just backing off and farming your core items up. They got the mech on the Razor. Maybe Enigma is going...
I think Hal's going to get a Midas here, so they may just fight farm with farm.
I think yeah, both teams have pretty good late game. It'll mainly just come down to, like we saw the past few games, who gets the jump. Does the Batrider get the better initiations? Does the arrows on point?
Tier 2 tower down. I'm sure it gets denied, but that's still a lot of early game money going DK's way. I guess I'm not getting the last hit makes a bit of a difference here. But how has gone Midas? He TP's mid to try and defend, and he can actually bring down Serpent Wards pretty nicely here.
He's taking a lot of damage here. He's got to be careful because that one extra nuke could kill him off.
If he had Infest, he would have been alright maybe. But yeah, without that arrow, oof, almost hit no one somehow. Hit Edelon, I think.
Well, while that was going on, they do throw out the disruption there. Lanham forced back a bit, and Newbee hold the line. They actually dropped a lot there. Death Prophet ult and the wards, and they only did half damage to the tower. That's pretty damn good defense by Newbee.
Yeah. Hal, who had his Midas like 8.5 minutes in, only gets it now, so he still hasn't got a chance to use it, but I think it's still okay to go for this Midas. It's a lot later than Burnings, but his early phase boots help get him a kill on the Elder Titan, so that's where, as a lifestealer, you generally want the phase boost before your Midas.
I think it's very important. Otherwise, he can just throw out the Spirit and just outrun you. Or at least keep up with the open wound slow and avoid taking too much damage.
Yeah. Well, for Newbee, a lot's going to rely on this Blink Dagger timing for the Bat Rider, and it looks like 1,200 gold. He's got some neutrals being stacked up here. He's got a double stack waiting for him. Hal's still farming at big camps as well, so Bat Rider's not had much fun with the jungle. Enigma wants some, Lifestealer now wants some, and the off lane was not a very friendly lane, so 0-3 Zhao 8 is begging for some farm in the jungle.
Yeah, honestly, once again, Shao 8, despite the slow start, is still going to have a fairly timely blink, but I guess the main question is, will he find targets with it? DK smoked up now, and not wanting to give him that one freely. They'll Moonlight Shadow as well, and they'll break the high ground here. They move up 2 ramps and head north. Now they're wrapping around mid. Lanham looking for the opening here. He's found Moo, but Moo has a mech. Very difficult to bring him down. They want someone else on the back line, I think, ideally. Will they find anybody?
It's being pinged. They
Sentry
pinged
ward
the
comes
exact
out.
spot.
Did they were already smoked when they dropped that.
Mirana got revealed from smoke. Apparently they know exactly where they are.
Arrow coming
They
out.
missed the fissure on Zhao 8.
Meanwhile, they'll just pop the Death Prophet ultimate mid, and it looks like Mushi wants to siege this tower. They do have Shadow Shaman wards again. They don't have to get a pick off here. I think they could just brute force it with the wards.
Again, it's double ulti needed though.
That's the plan. They'll just try and punch a hole here in the Newbee defenses, and looks like they'll be able to do it. It might get denied in the process, though. Songshun going for it, and Banana the one to find it. It's a 2-hero fissure. Arrow just barely failing to connect there. And on that note, DK will back off. They
That was
defended
really
that
well
tower.
played by Newbee.
Yeah, Newbee have just been defending so well. Like, to force 2 Shadow Shaman ultimates and 2 Death Prophet ults just to take a tier 1 mid is very impressive.
Yeah, stalling out DK's like snowball, because every tower they get, they want to just go from tower to tower and try and just explode and snowball out. It does help DK that they already got the T2 bottom tower. Even with it getting denied, it's one less tower to take, and now they can just focus on getting both towers top. The T2 mid probably comes last, but if they can go for one push top that gets both towers, it's great for DK, but it's not going to be easy. Death Prophet has got a Yule Scepter now, as well as some gold on top of that, and will have level 2 ultimate, but it's still hard for DK to push. There's still no mech available, with Elder Titan still a long ways to go before mech will be completed.
And if they were running the Shadow Fiend, like, he would have had mech and his next item by now, so it seems like Newbee have just done such a good job of defending against the Death Prophet that, well, it'll be more about what she offers you in the mid and the late game, not so much her early pushing presence.
Here comes a smoke with the Bat Rider Blink. Lifestealer can infest, and they do want to defend the top tower. They realize what DK's plan is and say, hey, we can actually fight this. There's still no Exorcism or Serpent Wards. They're 20 seconds away. This is actually a potential mistake from DK to be trying to pressure towers this fast when they don't have these ults.
And Newbee are setting up nicely. They're going to spot out Lanham here. They can go in with the lasso if they want. Meanwhile, Burning found a solo kill and Banana bottom on the Enigma, it looks like. Didn't have a chance to catch that,
Here
but
come the pickoffs.
and they go top lane. They'll get hexed up. Unfortunately, Shao didn't get off his blink. Then the fissure comes through. He gets annihilated. The Death Prophet ultimate doing a lot of damage. The wards get dropped, but Hao and Moo still clean up. And, well, they've brought down 2 here on the side of Newbee. They're looking for more if you count the kill bottom. 1 for 1. Now, more bodies hitting the floor. Moo's going to drop. Songshun on the retreat out. Fissure's going to connect it. Mushi finds the triple kill. The key to that fight was just the hex to start things off on the bat, and it all fell apart from there.
And Newbee, for whatever reason, tried to chase into the Death Prophet Exorcism. I think once Exorcism gets up and your Death Prophet's going to stay, like, there was nothing to deal with Death Prophet, they should have just backed off. They tried to fight into the Ghost, and that was level 2 Exorcism.
Such a quick reaction by the Shadow Shaman. Didn't even blink in, just tried to run in, and, well, Shao 8 did not get the initiation Newbee needed there. That was not the best.
Well, a lot of... It's a big upgrade in damage when you get to that level 2 ulti, and that's just tore through Newbee. Even these heroes, and that's where Rage doesn't help you. The mech does a little bit with the bonus armor and all, but they couldn't outstand DK. So another one fight for DK, and
So many of these fights have just been won or lost by really quick reactions. Like in the game 2 that DK won, a lot of it came down to Lanham with his quick reactions. And oh, Banana, this is not his game. He'll get caught out again. This time Burning had help. Last time it was a solo pickoff, and yet another death for the Enigma. Burning's 4-0-1 with the Midas, and having a huge impact already.
Yeah, not just getting complete free farm, but getting these kills is really nice. And he's got 3.2k gold, so possible Maelstrom is kind of like a, if you want to go damage, but
I like Maelstrom. You build into Mjolnir, throw that on Death Prophet, who's very naturally tanky, and it makes it really punishing to focus her.
I like the Death Prophet item build. Go for the Yules first, getting all this movement speed, and then goes back for the survivability, which will start with a point booster, so probably see the Bloodstone coming out from Mushi, and he's getting it very quickly.
I guess the other main option, though less common, is to go Desolator, which would be really nice with all the physical damage DK has.
How gets silenced in the right clicks. With
the does go in. He's going to go in Lanham here to start off the fight and try to pull the Earthshaker away. Arrow comes through. Lanham has an Echo Slam, but not going to get it off before going down, and now Moo, who's got an infested Lifestealer, he's packing a payload. Hal's going to pop out and pursue, but they'll end it there. It's a 2-for-0 exchange and a nice little victory for Newbee.
Oh, Mushi wants back in, though. With the Astral Spirit, these heroes getting low. Hal doing some nice armlet toggling. He's just going to straight up TP out, realizing he's in a bit of a tough spot, so...
Man, it's been
that was
ages since we've seen Lifestealer. You're talking about armlet toggling, like... I feel like I haven't seen that in competitive play in 2 months or something. Interesting.
This hero has definitely fallen off. I mean, we talk about DK being a team to experiment. I think this is largely Newbee also saying, like, look, let's pull out the lifesteal. Obviously, they think it's a good pick. Same with DK. When they experiment, they're picking stuff because they think it's good or at least viable. And I think Newbee wanting to pull out the lifestealer again, and a hero they haven't played in a while, so they want to see if they can play strategies around the hero. And lifestealer's done well this game. I mean, he's 4-0-2, and he is up against a kind of unconventional strategy. But
well, Sansheng just gets drilled top lane. Fissure into Arrow. Easy kill.
The big thing DK are lacking right now, and I feel like if Ice had a better time in the offlane, is the mech. If he had this mech like around the 14 to 15 minute mark, DK would be having a much easier time pushing and taking... Like that last fight, team fight at top would have gone so much better for them, but without the mech, it's quite hard to take these fights because Newbee do have a mech, so it makes these fights somewhat skewed.
At the same time, it's all going to come together right about now. The mech is nearly complete. Burning's got the Desolator, so he will go for it, which, I mean, I mentioned, the minus armor with the ult, but for the Death Prophet, but specifically in context of taking down towers. Newbee are going to be forced to defend their towers quickly. You've got the Shadow Shaman wards, which do physical damage, the Death Prophet ult, which does, and I kind of like this pickup. I think it's less common on Mirana, but very scary this game. Forces Newbee to run in against... I mean, even a hero like Lifestealer, he's not that tanky. Minus 7 armor on him, he goes from 10 to 3. Will die pretty fast.
Yeah. We'll see what the plan is for Newbee. The Batrider not having 4-staff right now means I don't think they can defend too easily. Like, you can't really engage and find pickoffs with just the Blink Lasso. Arrow will get tanked by a Raised Up Hound. This will actually deal with the Serpent Ward, so it looks like they are defending with DK unwilling to commit more than just the Serpent Wards, and they'll back off for now. They don't know where Batrider is, I guess, and they actually don't know he doesn't have a 4-staff right now.
He's not even really that close, honestly. It just goes back to the early game for Xiao 8, where he went 0-3, now he's 0-4. He's just not had that explosive start we saw the last time he was playing bad.
Yeah, he'll do some tower skipping at bottom lane to find himself some more farm. Probably channel this into the neutrals, but... And
they've drawn back the Mirana, who normally we see Miranas will just... They don't always come to the fights. They'll split push and use their ult to help out. And, well, on that note, they go in on Hao here. But he did manage to get off his armlet, and I don't know if they bring him down. Now he gets defensively disrupted. They can turn around on Lanham, and in comes Mushi. Can they focus him? He Yulzes himself, and in the meantime, Hao just doesn't want to tank that ultimate damage. It's a little bit too much, as Mu makes the mistake of trying to. Pays with his life. Hao will come in. Oh, this is a little sloppy. They'll get a creep denied. Hao pops out. Can he make it out? He can't. And I don't think Banana should be going in either. This Death Prophet ult hits way too hard. They just need the back.
And now Sansheng's found himself just...
They're just trickling in one by one. This is a feeding frenzy as Mu. Now it's Xiao 8's turn.
Mushi.
They just got to stop going in one at a time on Mushi, but at long last the ult will end, and now maybe they can turn it around.
Ice will go down, but that's still a fantastic team fight for DK. Bit sloppy there. I liked Newbee's idea to try and fight. Like, they knew Mirana TP'd to the bottom tier 1 tower. Mirana was not there, had no way to get to that fight. But the Lifestealer just, as well as the Razor, just getting melted by the Exorcism.
That's the one place where the Lifestealer, or where the Death Prophet is really nice, is against the Lifestealer. Like, he walks up, he wants to be close to you, open wounds you. Great. You're tanking the ult, you're taking maximum damage because the Ghosts have the shortest possible return distance in between auto attacks, so, or in between attacks. So, yeah, I think the Death Prophet just matches up really well against Lifestealer, and it's where, like you said, they need the Force Staff. So ideally, Xiao 8 just blink, Force Staff, lasso, and just pop the Death Prophet before she can even get off her ult or a Yule Scepter.
And it just means if when you're blink lassoing, like you're keeping her, even if it's not the something like the Death Prophet, like the Exorcism's there and Death Prophet's in the fight. But if you lasso and pull them away from the team, like Death Prophet can't respond with an Exorcism and try and help out because you pull them away so much. So
yeah, if she does that, then you just kill that hero and then run, and then they've wasted the ult.
Well, we'll see the 4-staff now completed. This will help Xiao 8 and just Newbee in general a lot. They are getting some good map control. They've got complete control around the Roshan pit with their observable vision, so that's something it seems they're considering. They kind of need to find a pick off first, but they've got BKB up on your Enigma, they've got the 4-staff, working on the BKB on Mu as well, it looks like, so they're ready for another fight, it seems.
And Newbee are grouping up near the pit. Are they going to smoke? And yes, they are. They get all 5, they'll infest the Lifestealer, and well, they'll go a-hunting, but they're hunting on the wrong side of the globe, as you can see. It's a barren and empty wasteland on the bottom side of the map.
I think this creep wave's going to bring down the tower alone, so they may be just thinking, hey, someone will probably TP back just to defend this. Banana could even just summon some Eidolons, but that does reveal that Newbee are there, so I think they just want to stay 5 hidden and hope someone TPs to defend.
If they do that, DK will definitely go for the tier 2 top, and if Newbee try to TP in to defend that, it's an expensive endeavor, and either they get picked off or they TP to the tier 3, at which point DK can just run away if they want.
DK going for that tier 2 exchange. And with the glyph being used, Newbie suggesting they want to defend, but they're really just not in position. This should just be a tower sack. They'll get the tower bottom with the Enigma Eidolon.
Yeah, the Eidolons and the Catapult combine, and they at least get something, but here comes DK. Wards are ready. They can just hit the tower once, get that minus armor flowing, and an arrow comes through. Not again, Banana. He gets caught out, but with a BKB, it's going to be a tough kill. Do they really commit for this one? They drop the wards. They nuke him down with the Astral
They don't have
Spear.
to commit. Yep.
They play it safe, and now Xiao 8 goes in. They've got to bring down Mushi fast, and they know he gets off the Yules. He's still going to go down here when he comes back, I believe, even with that massive move speed. They kill off the Death Prophet, and with her goes all of DK's teamfight damage, really, aside from burning.
Great fissure.
Nice defensive fissure by Lanham. Buys them a bit of space and time as they retreat. MMY TPing out, and he'll make it. And the rest of DK will hastily beat a path back to their base. So in the end, they only lose the Death Prophet, who also has Bloodstone and therefore does respawn very quickly.
Look, they got the tier 3 tower, so it's a good trade for DK. Like, you never want to be losing a hero that's that farmed and did have a good kill streak. So Lifestealer gets 700 gold, but it's still one more objective going the way of DK. They got a kill, they got a tier 3 tower, so it's not the worst deal for them. With the Bloodstone, you'll be back soon, so they can contest any possible Roches from Newbee, and Newbee are still lingering around this Roshan pit. Not that I feel like they should be going into there just yet.
I mean, that being said, you see how much better Newbee's fight goes if they just lasso the Death Prophet and grab her right away. They pulled her in, and she almost instantly died just from the lasso. That's before Lifestealer gets an Abyssal Blade or any sort of additional lockdown, and it's before Razor actually gets big, so I think Newbie showing that if they execute right with the lasso, they can take the fight.
Oh, deja vu. He's been caught out again. The slow is there. He may get a Yules off, but Lamb's going to blink. He's ready to go for the slam. He's not going to go for the blink, and they lose Mushi to start off the fight. And again, it's probably going to be a full retreat coming out from DK.
They might lose more this time. MOI is going to get caught out. Arrow crashes through on the Banana, but Burning doesn't want to engage on the back of that. He'll actually be forced to retreat. How on the pursuit, and does have an open wounds, though. I think this is a fool's errand with Burning having the leap available.
Yeah. There was a Blink Echo Slam there for Lamb, but it was like, he wasn't going to kill anyone. The fissure was what he was trying to use to save Mushi, but he was just too far gone already.
We haven't talked about it, gods, but he does have the Demolishing Cane again. Unfortunately, we're not seeing that Midas. I don't think we'll be getting the Refresher, Aghanim Scepter, Ultra Farmed ES. Sad to say. This game's going to have to go very late for Lanham to get big.
Yeah. He needs more levels. He needs a bit more farm maybe, but the level again, just like even level 11 especially. So Mantis Alpha Burning, he's started off great, like getting solo kills, punishing his lane, but he's been quiet the last few minutes, and in some ways, him not being at these fights has hurt DK. Like, he was at bottom lane a few times when there was fights going on at top, so he needs to make sure he's nearby. And I think DK trying to just catch Newbee by surprise, get a pick off, and then that could lead to suddenly a Raxus.
Well, Newbee are going to get into a little standoff here. They'll defend the high ground. No glyph available.
Lasso's ready.
Another arrow coming through, and Shao Wade is in position. Once again, Mushi could get caught out here quickly to start the fight. They'll pull Mushi back way behind enemy lines, and then Banana is going to prevent them from getting in close to Mushi. He's got a zoning black hole ready if needed. Mushi just getting focused. Everything being thrown at him. Finally, they bring him down. It took a lot. They all almost died to it. 3-4 heroes low. Now they've got to deal with the wards. The tower, the Rack's at about half HP. They haven't gone in just yet. Mu dropping quite low in his own right. How finally will clean up the wards. And now DK must duke it out without the Death Prophet. But they get How. Burning is the one to finish them off. Now the Echo Slam attempted by Lanham. It's a decent one. He finds a few. Can he finish the rest off? He'll fall here. The Astral Spirit Stomp. Not enough. And in the end, it's a 2-for-2 with a Lifestealer buyback. But another death for the Death Prophet.
This is...
The tower, the Rax takes a lot of damage, but they don't actually kill it. Maybe they should just be focusing the ranged Rax. They would have brought it down there.
I don't know what the answer is for DK and Mushi, like, to deal with this Blink Lat. Mushi just gets blown up every single fight. They haven't got good defensive heroes to counteract it. I mean, if Burning hits an arrow on someone, maybe it helps. Like, you're never going to arrow the Lifestealer. His single target damage is enough. Death Prophet gets a bit tankier with this plate mail, and he's probably just thinking, like, pure survivability. Like, maybe even gets, like, just a casual vitality booster after this. Anything just to boost up your HP to survive, but it's tricky.
Yeah. Mushi is clearly priority #1 for Newbee. If they don't focus him and kill him to start the fight, they lose the fight, so... Not to mention they lose their Rax. So,
and
probably the bigger concern.
They can't fight into the Razor as well. Like, going high... Like, chasing after the 4-staff is just not really feasible because you're fighting into a Razor who's got Eye of the Storm up, who's got BKB and does a ton of damage because he's getting Static Link off every fight.
Lanham's ready. He started off with a Fissure. There was no arrow to connect afterwards, but they just go in anyway with Momoya. He'll follow up with the Shackles, and it's enough to zap down Song Shung. They lose once again, the Shadow Demon. Not the biggest loss, but a kill's a kill here for DK. They'll happily take it, and they'll probably be converting this into a tier 2 mid. Newbee, do have a glyph available. Black Hole is ready as well. Banana, I don't think we've seen a Black Hole yet this game.
All right, so Ice 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 has completed a 4-staff, and this could be an item which can help save Mushi. If he once that lasso wears off, if he heals himself, you can help push him away from the Lifestealer.
Oh, Mu has a BKB, but didn't get it off.
Wow.
Oh no, they lose the Razor at the start of the fight once again. Banana pops the BKB, but once again, no Black Hole. And now they're on the run.
This is such a hard game to get Black Holes off. The range damage of Mirana, the Death Prophet, and ulti. If you Black Hole like a Death Prophet with Exorcism up, you're still taking a bazillion damage. So
yeah, we're just it's every fight starting. They lose one. Enigma runs around BKB, but can't Black Hole, and they're basically 3v5 at the start of the fight.
Yeah. Well, like, again, DK get a tower, but they kind of pay heavily. This time it's not the Death Prophet, it's Mirana.
Now the Black Holes get better. He gets the Blink Dagger.
Yes.
I feel like that's the main thing they've been lacking. They've had so many opportunities to just... DK have had 3-4 heroes grouped up.
Alright. All these exchanges are weird, because every single trade, I think these last few, like the tier 3 for kills, the tier 2 for kills, they're kind of 50-50 trades. No one's really pulling ahead right now. Like, DK is slowly breaking through the Newbee base, but Newbee getting these kills, they're going to just get more and more potent as Lifestealer finishes off an Assault Cuirass, Batrider gets a BKB, so... I don't even give like either team an edge with these exchanges right now.
Yeah, it's too close to call. And the new items could really turn it.
This is... Mushi's going Heaven's Hell, but I like this. He gets a Sanj, and the evasion... He knows that MKB for Lifestealer is
value
impossible.
HP items.
Yeah, and the evasion is just insane as well, because Lifestealer can't farm an MKB anytime soon. And the evasion alone will probably help almost save him from Razor as well as Lifestealer when he gets Lasso. This is actually probably the smartest item Mushi could have got right now.
I agree. Well, let's see. To be fair, though, I think they have enough follow-up damage. If Banana finds with a Black Hole, he'll still die, even with the Heaven's Halberd. But now it puts... Newbee have to get that next level of teamfight execution, and Lanham does spot out Banana. Oh, no, sorry, he's invis. They don't actually see it. He looks almost the same as when he's not invis, though. He's actually wrapping around. He BKBs. He starts reeling him in. That's a 4-man Black Hole. DK get caught, but is there follow-up for this? Death Prophet throws herself into the air with the ultimate Mushi on the run. How try to chase him down. They've lost 3. They're
what I'm
gonna lose
doing.
4. It's not enough. Even with the 4-hero black hole, they just get torn a new one as Burning cleans them up. 5 have fallen. And Newbee just lacked damage.
Really, really bad black hole. That was really. I mean, the black hole obviously hit 4 heroes, but it was that was not the position to engage. He didn't have the backup. He didn't catch Burning as well, so Burning just right-clicked him down, and that was actually like it looks like a great black hole, but that just lost his team the game. That was an awful black hole.
If they let them get to the high ground, they lose Rex.
They've held the last 3 times. They have no problem defending the high ground. They didn't need to go for that.
I don't know, man.
It really has been okay for them. That was completely unnecessary. GG. So Newbee, we're going to game 5.
Well, they went for it. It didn't pan out, and it was already looking like DK sooner or later were going to crack the base. They brought their X down to like a 3rd HP that time. The time before it, they took the tier 3.
Every time, though, like, Newbee were getting high priority kills. They were killing Death Prophet, they were killing Mirana.
They were also losing big heroes. They lost the Lifestealer 2 fights in a row, I think. The Razor was dying a lot as well. I don't think it was as awful as, like, that was an obviously garbage play. I think if you let him go high ground, you're probably losing Rax.
I think they have buyback on Lifestealer there, so like Lifestealer can still hold that game. Like I think that was just like they felt like they could make a big play outside their base. They can hold Raxes, I would say, like pretty surely, but I think they just felt, hey, look, we could get like a really good team fight, and if they get like a 4 or 5 man wipe there, suddenly they're well far ahead. So they took the big risk to try to get far ahead instead of taking the kind of stable, consistent play, which would be defend the high ground, using your buybacks, using your what they've just did. Like they defended that high ground 2 or 3 times in a row.
Well, they did gamble. They rolled the dice taking a fight outside their base, and it doesn't pay off. So, gods, you said, Newbee take this either way, 4 or 5 games. It's going to be 5 if they're going to take it.
I think Newbee have been a bit more solid overall, but it's still like you're in a game 5. It's 2 games apiece. It's still anyone's game. But I think Newbee has still got the slight edge going to game 5. But both teams will be tied so far.
Radiant is 4-0 in this series, I believe. So.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
The team that's been Radiant's won every game, and I don't know if they're going to coin flip for the last game, but we'll see. Guys, the best of 5, the CDEC Grand Finals, coming back in just a moment. Currently tied up 2-2, courtesy of a great defense by DK in game number 4. And Newbee, if they want to take it, they'll have to do it in 5. We'll be right back for that concluding game after this. Stay tuned.